If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do
like, I don't I'm so sorry. The last one I did, I said it was Bryan Singer who did the Last Stand. It was not him, and it shows, because that shit right there, the shit that y'all just seen, that was Bryan Singer. That shit is dope, bro. Like, rewatching this movie, it was dope. It was dope. It is very confusing though. Like, in terms of the whole reset from First Class to this. But I mean, I stuck with it for the most part. This one does start with, you got Bolivar Trask, this time played by Peter Dinklage. He managed to get a sample of Mystique's blood and created the Sentinels with the technology to basically adapt to the other people's superpowers. So we see them fighting Iceman, we see them fighting Firestar, I believe it is, Bishop, Storm, all of them are fighting it, Colossus, and it's able to take Colossus's metal, it's able to turn itself into ice like Iceman, it's able to emit body like heat like Firestar or whoever that was. It's just crazy. All of this because of Mystique. So what they do is, which is really fucking dope, Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde, is able to transfer the mind or the consciousness into the past of whoever the host is. She's been doing Bishop and been sending him back about 2 days. This time they need to go a bit further, back to 1973. 50 years in the past, because this one takes place in like 2020 or something. So 50 years in the past, they go all the way back to 1973, and who better than fucking Wolverine? So Wolverine lays on the table, Kitty Pryde enters his mind, sends him back all the way to 1973, where he is warned that you're about to meet a Charles Xavier who is completely unstable. He's like, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Man, this boy, Charles, was on that bullshit. Charles was like me when I was on the liquor. He was out here wilding. He didn't give a fuck about nothing. He taking shots and shit so that he can walk, but with the shots that he's taking to walk, he can't use his powers. His telepathy, telekinesis, it's all gone. He can't do none of that shit because the motherfucker want to walk. Fuck them legs, nigga. Use your superpowers. If it wasn't for you doing this type of shit, we probably would have been alright. We probably would have been cool, Charles. But James McAvoy plays a really good role as Charles Xavier, man. I liked him. You can very well feel the essence of Charles Xavier in A Lost Place. He does a really good job with that, the same way he does in First Take. In this movie, it was nothing different. He did what the fuck he does, like he does in every other movie that I've seen him in. But it was very interesting to see how Mystique was the middle of all of that, and she felt some form of guilt. And she knew it was up to her to stop them. She knew it was. And so you go in, they meet Quicksilver, and he makes a joke about his mom knowing somebody back in the day who can control metal. Because if y'all didn't know, Magneto is the biological father of both Quicksilver and Wanda. I don't know about the Wanda in the MCU in the 616, but in the X-Men universe, he is the biological father of Quicksilver. We always knew this. So they get him to break out Magneto because he's in jail under suspicion of killing JFK, which was a really dope callback. He ends up saying that it wasn't him who did it. And Magneto seems to be a good guy in this movie. But y'all know Magneto, he always plotting some shit. So in the midst of getting to DC, in order to convince Bolivar Trask not to do the bullshit that he's doing, not to create these Sentinels, to talk him down, Magneto has other plans. They on the plane, they talking about everything that occurred, and Charles basically trying to be the victim, man. Like, he blaming everything on Eric, Magneto. And Eric basically like, nigga, where was you at? Where was you when all of this shit was happening to the mutants when we started really getting oppressed. You was up here getting drunk, taking these fucking drugs, and we ain't had your fucking help. So I don't want to hear none of that bullshit from you, nigga. Stop feeling sorry for your goddamn self, because I don't. And I felt Magneto. I said, he right. Charles, man the fuck up. God damn it. You want the mutants to die? Well, stop acting like it. So they end up getting to DC. Magneto lifts the whole motherfucking, who was in DC? Who was in Washington? Whatever baseball stadium there, lift the whole fucking stadium and takes that bitch all the way to the White House. Lands in the middle of the fucking lawn of the White House. And he, in the middle of it, he takes over a Sentinel. He takes over all the Sentinels. And he makes the Sentinels basically like create a miniature army. It's like 5 of them, but I mean, they're big. Basically pits them against the humans. And to show, like, you know, like, y'all not gonna oppress us. Like, we're done with this shit. Y'all created these motherfuckers to try to kill us, but I'm finna use it to kill y'all, and the mutants gonna take over. Typical Magneto trope. Y'all know how he do. He don't give a fuck about the humans. It's all about the mutants. Malcolm X. I love that shit. So Mystique, she ends up defeating Magneto, because she doesn't want to destroy humanity. She doesn't want to do all of that. She's like in the middle. It's like, I don't want to kill all the humans, and I also don't want us to be oppressed. But like, I'm not finna be nice to these motherfuckers though. This dude right here is trying to create some shit. He's trying to experiment on me to basically create the end for us. So I'm not gonna let that happen. So what I'm gonna do is fucking kill this dude. And so she's only trying to kill Bolivar Trask. And in the midst of that, Professor Xavier, with his powers back, goes into her mind and basically says, hey, this entire time, I understand. I've been trying to mind control you. I've been trying to control everything that you do. I'm no longer doing that shit, Raven. Like, that's Mystique's real name. I'm no longer doing that shit. I want you to do what you want to do. And I trust that you are going to make the best decision for yourself. She decides that she's not going to kill him. And her deciding not to kill him is what ultimately saves everyone. What that does is it allows the Sentinels in the future to no longer exist with those powers, because of the fact Bolivar Trask ended up getting locked up for selling military secrets. So it paid off. Her not killing Bolivar Trask paid off. And that's where the movie ends, or so we thought. Y'all know it don't end like that, especially not in the 20th century verse. We're not doing that. So Wolverine, he wakes back up, and he's at the X Mansion because he drowned at the end. They woke him up, and he's on a boat with William Stryker. Yes, William Stryker, the one who did Project X on him. But he is younger, of course, and being played by a younger dude, but Mystique is acting as him. And so his Weapon X program, I don't even know, like, that's what makes it so confusing. I don't know if he goes through it. But anyway, it don't even matter. What does matter is the fact that everything that happened in X-Men through X-Men 3 gets reversed in this, because he walks into the mansion, he sees Rogue with Bobby. They still together. He sees Scott, he sees Jean, and he sees Professor X. Professor X is not dead. Jean does not look like she's been corrupted by the Phoenix, and Scott is still alive. In which he talks to Xavier, and he's like he tells Xavier, like, I don't remember anything since I drowned. And that's when it clicks to Charles, oh shit, you are the Logan that we sent back in the past. We got a lot to discuss, my guy. Let's chat it up. And that's where the movie officially ends. I ain't gonna talk about the post-credit scene because it didn't matter. It was Apocalypse, but I'm not watching that movie. I'm only doing this to catch up to Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm trying to rewatch all the movies that have something to do with that. So I'm not watching Apocalypse. But this movie right here still holds up. It's not like oh my God, this movie's so good, but it is a good movie. It is definitely worth the watch. I missed it. 20th Century Fox. I am doing a video on those movies because they are solid. But that's all I got for y'all for this video. Deadpool is next. I'll holler at y'all later.